Sports fans, we are live. Welcome to the Sports Behavior Podcast. I'm your host, OG the Beast. Y'all already know how I get down, man. Dubs in the chat if you're enjoying yourself, man. If you're glad to be here. You know I try to pop up on these streams, man, every once in a while to just have some NBA, NFL talk with y'all, man, just to have some discussion. I need to cope with my guys every once in a while, man. You know what I'm saying? Whoever pop in here and show some support, mad love to all of y'all. You know, that religiously hop in here, you know, on a regular basis and show some love. Shout out to them loyals over there on YouTube, man. We growing over there, too. I think we just hit 2,000 subs on YouTube, man. I appreciate every single one of y'all. If y'all been watching my takes on TikTok, or if y'all just like coming here for the show just to, you know, just to talk some basketball, football, man, whatever, man. Life, it don't matter, man. But it's been a lot going on in the sports world. We are at currently the worst time to be a sports fan. Literally, only things on is baseball if you into that. And I ain't been into baseball since like the early 2000s, man, since since the PED era, man. I'm not going to lie to y'all. You know what I'm saying? Bang with you on TikTok, had to pull up Lucky. I appreciate you, man. Appreciate you pulling up. I appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is what we do. We just talk sports. We just sit back. We chill. If y'all got any questions for me, man, I'm more than happy to answer them. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm here for. You know, I have fun interacting with you guys. And in a few, I've been having some guys challenge me. Mofo's been challenging me, saying they want to sit right next to me and debate this shit that we like to talk about here on the Sports Behavior Podcast. I'm with it. If you want to sit next to me and debate, I'm down for it. You got to really let me know that you on some real stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's talk about the Clippers. What about the Clippers? You know what I'm saying? What's going on with the Clippers? How they got John Wall now? John Wall, to be honest with you, I don't really know what to expect from John Wall. I ain't seen him play in a couple of years. I know he's been working, but he has been prone to injury a little bit. I know the Houston Rockets was trying to blow their roster up. They was trying to tank on purpose. So, I mean, I don't know. Talk about Russell Westbrook. What about Russell Westbrook? That's another guy that I'm up in the air about. I'm unsure about what to expect from Russell Westbrook coming into this season. I know Coach say beautiful things about him. They got a new head coach over there. He said beautiful things about him, but I know this guy. I've watched Russell Westbrook play his entire career. So I mean, I don't know what to expect from Westbrook at this juncture in his career, man. He's had a short prime. I need an honest evaluation on what you think Jalen Hurts will be this year. I'm a Birds fan. I'm not sold on him. I'm going to be honest with you. I love Jalen Hurts' ceiling. But I will say this. He's on a very short leash with me. Jalen Hurts has everything he needs to be successful in this upcoming season. Offensive line is great. We got pass catchers now, which was a problem over the past 2 to 3 years. Shit, even when we had Carson. You know what I'm saying? Outside of Alshon Jeffrey and you know, Nelson can't catch a ball. You know, we've had wide receiver issues, and now we get rid of Zach Ertz, but I like Dallas Goedert. So, you know, I like the defense. Now, we shored up our corners. We drafted the best linebacker in the draft. I'm excited for this team. And I tell you like this here. When it comes to Jalen Hurts, I'm answering some questions before I get into the show. But when it comes to Jalen Hurts, he is on a very short leash for me. If Jalen Hurts does not produce to the level that he's supposed to produce at and take that developmental leap that I'm expecting him to take this season, we need to be in the market for a new quarterback. Straight like that. We need to be in the market for a new quarterback. I'm sorry. Have you adjusted your top 10 since the championship? That's what I'm wondering. Yeah. If you follow me on TikTok, man, I posted it on TikTok. My new top 10 is I got Duncan at 10. 9, I have Hakeem. 8, I have Curry. 7, I got Bird. 6, I got Magic. 5, I got Kobe. 4, Shaq. 3, Kareem. 2, LeBron. 1 is Mike. My dog, KB. Shout out to my man, KB, man. Appreciate the gifted subs, man. I appreciate you, bro. I'm tired of people saying Curry isn't a point guard. We definitely about to get into that. Curry isn't a point guard. We got one. Look, first and foremost, before we kick this off, whoever's watching, I need everybody to answer. What position does Stephen Curry play? If you think he's a shoot guard, Comment shooting guard. If you think he's a point guard, comment point guard. I'm interested to see what everybody believes. And I want an honest opinion. I don't want y'all to just say some shit just because the masses believe it. If you honestly believe what you believe, I need to know what it is right now. Point guard for sure, point guard for sure. I need to know. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like I've been preaching to the choir for it. Mr. Finesse says he's a 2. Saints fan says he's a point guard. KB point guard. Lucky says point guard. Look, I'm glad majority of you agree with me. Stephen Curry is most definitely a point guard. Last episode, I talked about Magic Johnson and how Magic Johnson has influenced the game from that perspective, from that position, how much he's influenced the game on he's the guy. He's the guy that exemplified what it looks like to play the position. Okay. We gonna patent our – so if we point guards, even though we might not be 6'9", right? If we're point guards, that's what we're supposed to look like. You look at Magic Johnson, you say, that's what we're supposed to look like, right? So I think it's human nature to dismiss something that isn't traditional, right? And we try to align it with a more prototypical look. What does it look like to me, right? That doesn't look like Magic Johnson. That looks more like this guy. So we're going to align him with these guys. And I think that's what people are doing with Stephen Curry. People are trying to align Stephen Curry with shooting guards because he doesn't play the position the traditional way you're used to seeing it. Wake up, ladies and gentlemen. Don't you realize what you're saying by saying that? Stephen Curry is showing you guys a new way to play the position. Stephen Curry is doing what Dirk Nowitzki did with the power forward position. He's revolutionizing it. The traditional power forward used to be back to the basket, just like centers. But what did Dirk do? He revolutionized the way the game was played from that perspective. I'm going to step back, and I'm going to shoot this 23-foot shot that a lot of y'all aren't doing at this juncture. And now what is that position full of? Stretch fours. Now the power forward position has turned into stretch four. If you can't shoot and you play, name me a 4 that can't shoot. If you can't shoot and you playing the 4, you're not in this league or you coming off the bench. Every 4 in this league has to be able to shoot now because of Dirk. Look at Joker. Joker is completely changing the way the center position is played. A traditional back-to-the-basket guy who goes nothing further out than 16 feet from the basket. Hakeem, right? Shaq, right? Wilt, Ewing, Dwight Howard. These were prototypical centers. It's what the center position looked like. Nikola Jokic has extended it out to the three-point line. He's playing from beyond the arc. He's facilitating. He rebounds at a high clip. Back to the basket. He can shoot the ball. He does everything at a high clip to the extent that we've never seen from the center position. You know what he's doing? He's changing the way the position is being played. Look at Larry Bird. Who came after Larry Bird? Scottie Pippen. Who came after Scottie Pippen? LeBron James. What do all three of these guys have in common? They've played a part in revolutionizing the way the small forward position is played, transitioning it to more of a point forward style of play. Now you see more guys adopting that style of play in today's era. So if LeBron James, Larry Bird, and Scottie Pippen is responsible for changing the way or the look of the small forward position, and Dirk Nowitzki and Kevin Garnett is changing the way the look of it is from the power forward's perspective and Joker from the center perspective, why can't Stephen Curry be changing it from the point guard's perspective? Why? What does it take to be a true point guard? What do we call a guy that's a true point guard? Stephen Curry lacks some of that skill set according to a lot of people. Look, Westside Hoops say LeBron is a point guard. LeBron is more of a point guard than Stephen Curry. Why? Because he looks to facilitate to his team, right? So we would classify LeBron as more of a point guard than Steph. Why do we call Steph not a point guard? Why? Because he can average 30. We call Steph not a point guard because he chooses to shoot the ball more than he chooses to facilitate to his teammates. And a true point guard is supposed to be pass first. Well, what was Allen Iverson before they moved him to the 2? Better yet, I'll give you a better one. What makes you guys second-guess Stephen Curry's position but not second-guess Dame Lillard's position? What's the difference between Steph Curry and Dame Lillard when it comes to play style? What makes Damian Lillard more of a point guard than Steph? That's a legitimate question. The answer is nothing. Has Stephen Curry has been higher on the usage rate more often than Damian Lillard has his entire career. Just back in 2020, when Klay was hurt, Draymond was hurt, everybody was hurt, and it was Steph versus the world, Steph was third in usage rate. For those that don't know what usage rate is, it's how often you're attributing to your team's offense, how often you touch the ball. Guys that typically lead the league in usage rate over the past 2 seasons has been Luka Doncic. What does he do? He's dribble happy at the top of the key. Prior to that, it was Giannis. Holds the ball a lot. Prior to that, it was a fight between James Harden and Russell Westbrook for who leads the league in usage rate. Russell Westbrook leads the entire league in usage rate all time. He's the all-time usage rate winner. That's a great question, OG. Less success from 3. So now we're targeting an aspect of Stephen Curry's game and trying to make it a downfall for why he plays the position the way he chooses to play it. Newsflash, people. Let's not place him as a 2. Let's look at him as a 1 and say, hey, nobody plays the position the way that he plays the position. Again, what defines you as a prototypical point guard? Assist? Is it the numbers? Well, for a career, Steph Curry averages 6.5 assists a game. And if you look at the all-time assist leaders and start from the top to the bottom, I even heard some people make a case, well, he never had double-digit assists. Well, how many people in league history actually average a double-digit assist for their career? How many? There's only 2. Magic Johnson, John Stockton. Those are the only 2 players in league history to ever to average a double-digit assist for their career. Those are the only 2. Everybody else in league history averages 9 or below. Steph Curry averages 6.5. So let's take that notion into consideration. People like to say, Steph is a shooting guard. Steph is a shooting guard, right? Well, let's put him at the 2 for right now. And let's use his assists per game compared to other 2 guards. How many do y'all think are ahead of Steph? If I'm looking at the assists per game, right, and I'm going down the list of names, Magic Johnson, John Stockton, Isaiah Thomas, how many point guards do you think I can name before you get to the first shooting guard on that list? Right? Steph averages 6.5. The first shooting guard on the list as the highest assist per game is James Harden. You know how many James Harden average? Let's double check it. James Harden averages 6.8 assists per game for his career. 6.8. Now, a lot I've heard consider Harden as a point guard because of the way that he holds the ball, right? So really, we got James Harden at 6.8 career average assists per game, right? Right after him, you get Jerry West. Now, a lot of people would consider Jerry West a shooting guard consensusly, right? But according to Basketball Reference, Jerry West played 14 years in the NBA, and only 2 of those years was he considered a point guard, according to Basketball Reference. I'm just a messenger. So is he really a shooting guard? I don't know. Maybe it's the Tim Duncan power forward center thing. But I tell you like this here. Third on that list is Steph. If we were to praise him as a shooting guard, third on that list is Steph. 6.5 assists per game. Y'all acting like 6.5 is just terrible. Oh, he's a point guard. He's supposed to average 9. You know what I mean? Point guards in league history average 6 assists for their career? Y'all want me to name some point guard? Kyle Lowry, 6 assists. We call him a point guard, right? Nick Van Exel. Scott Skiles. These were prototypical point guards. They averaged anywhere from 6.1 to 6.9 assists per game for their careers. So we not about to sit here and penalize Stephen Curry because you don't like the way he plays the position, or it's not the prototypical way of playing the position. Damian Lillard is 6.7 assists per game. What is the difference between what Steph does and what Damian Lillard does? I'm completely lost. That's a legitimate question. That's a legitimate question. Facts. Folks hate on his greatness. Look, I'm going to tell you just like this. The Golden State Warriors have figured out a way to implement Stephen Curry's biggest weapon into their offense. Right? That's what the main key is about. That's what's making people so confused on trying to label Steph. First of all, the league is positionless. Nobody has a label. What position does LeBron play? What position does Luka play? Nobody has a set. What position does Giannis play? Is he a small forward? Is he a power forward? Is he center? What position? I seen LeBron play center last year in year 19. What position does any of these guys play? The league is completely positionless, but I guess Steph Curry is obsolete to that notion. He's the only one we're trying to put into a box. I'm not allowing that. Stephen Curry is a point guard in a positionless league. First of all, he's never played with another point guard. And most of these guys that y'all consider twos or ones have played with other point guards. James Harden has played with other point guards. Who has Stephen Curry played with that was a point guard? Draymond Green ain't no point guard. He's a point forward. He's not a legit point guard. Stephen Curry's never statistically played the 2 in his life. So what would make y'all think that Damian Lillard is any different from Stephen Curry? What would make y'all think that? Have y'all ever heard of a score-first point guard? That's what Stephen Curry is. And he's even changing it even further than that because he's one of one. And I'm tired of people dismissing it when they see something that's irregular, something that they're not used to seeing. That's not a point guard. He's not a point guard. That's not that. He's not that. Why? He doesn't play it like Jason Kidd did. A real point guard plays like Magic. Says who? When are we going to evolve as fans of the game? When are we going to see things for what it is and instead of trying to place a label on it, enjoy what we watching and take it with a grain of salt? People are so thirsty to try to put Stephen in this box. He's not in a box. You know what Steph is? He's one of one. And he possesses a weapon that nobody in league history has ever possessed. That's why you're confused by what you're watching, because you've never seen it before. He possesses a weapon. Let me reiterate that point. Stephen Curry possesses a weapon that nobody in league history has ever possessed. And instead of shortchanging that weapon, weapon of mass destruction he possesses, Steve Kerr and the Golden State Warriors have figured out a way to maximize that weapon, to maximize the usage of that weapon. What's the purpose of having a 50 clip if you only shooting 25? You get me? So we going to find a way to maximize that weapon. Look at what happened to Trae Young in the playoffs last year. He was completely overwhelmed, and he was completely boxed up. Why? Because he's a smaller guard trying to dominate the ball against great initial defenders. Now, what if Atlanta had another guy that can take some pressure off Trae Young? You think it's a coincidence that they in trade talks for DeJounte Murray? Y'all think that shit is a coincidence? No. They seen that formula work somewhere, and now they're trying to find a way to emulate that. If I could put Trae Young off the ball some, let DeJounte run a Draymond Green type of role, 6'5", 6'6", long arms, great defensively, can rebound, can push the floor, can handle the ball, can pass the ball. Draymond-esque. Not calling him Draymond. I think DeJounte is a way better player. But I think Atlanta's trying to slide him into that type of role if they were to get their hands on him. Why do you think that was rumored? You think that's an accident? Think about if Stephen Curry had to be the primary ball handler. His points per game will go up, but he already gets assassinated off the ball, which allows others to be wide open. That's called off-ball playmaking, ladies and gentlemen. Everything doesn't have to show up in the form of a statistic. Stephen Curry draws the most double teams in the league. Stephen Curry draws the most attention in the entire league. If you lose sight of 30, it's over with. You cannot lose 30. That's called off-ball playmaking. Why you think Kevin Durant loved playing in Golden State? He was wide the hell open. I seen multiple clips, multiple plays where the focus was on Stephen Curry and you got 35 on the same court with you. Wide open. This is what people have to take into consideration. Stephen Curry is changing the way the game is being played from the point guard position. And in 10 years, you're going to see more point guards playing the way that Steph Curry plays the role. Like I said, he possesses a weapon that nobody in league history has ever possessed. And Golden State has found a way to maximize that weapon. Does Steph Curry still run the show? Yes. Is the offense ran through him still? Yes. Does he dictate and make plays for others? Yes. Just him being on the court, running off a pin down, coming weak side is going to put 8 eyes on him. And somebody else is open because of it. Clay gets so many. Why you think Clay's able to catch and fire off 8 dribbles? You take 6 dribbles, man got 60 points. He's catching and shooting off pin downs. Just because Clay's hot don't mean you could take the focus off Steph. Because once you lose 30, then he's heating up. The Golden State Warriors have figured out a way to maximize Stephen Curry's weapon of mass destruction. And that's what you guys need to understand. That's what you guys are witnessing as fans. That's why it doesn't look prototypical to the way that you're usually used to seeing it. Jason Kidd, Trae Young, Magic Johnson, these pass-first guys averaging 8-9 assists, high usage rate guys, dominating the ball a la John Wall, a la Russell Westbrook. And I wouldn't be telling y'all this if he didn't win with this play style. And that's the most important aspect of everything I'm breaking down to you. Because it means nothing if you're not winning with this play style. Nobody wants to emulate a loser. Nobody does. Stephen Curry is the first player in league history to shoot more threes than twos. Stephen Curry plays off the ball a lot, but he also plays on the ball a lot. Pay attention. So just because he's not playing the position the prototypical way that you're used to seeing does not mean that Stephen Curry is not a true point guard. Ladies and gentlemen, he's changing the way the position is being played. Point blank, period. Steph is a PG in a positionless league, no doubt. I just said that the other day. He's one of one. He's literally one of one. Magic is another one of one. Yes, and a lot of people have copied what Magic, the example that Magic set of how to play the position. And there's nothing wrong with that because a lot of people have followed suit. Oh, Magic showed me this. I see the way Magic does it. Now everybody want to throw no-look passes. Everybody want to, be Showtime. That's true. Appreciate that. I have a quick question, OG. Who do you think is greater all time? Now, I'm reading your question, and I'm going to answer it the way that I see it. Now, better and greater are two different things. Who do you think is greater all time, Patrick Ewing or Yao Ming, and why? Well, I think Yao Ming could have been extremely, extremely special, right? Back when I was playing ball in my earlier days, in my earlier 20s, there was two people that I liked to watch their highlights. Shaq, because he was my favorite player, and Yao Ming because of his footwork. Yao Ming has some of the greatest footwork I've ever seen in my life. Ever seen in my life. This man is a 10-year veteran who made the All-Star team 10 consecutive years in a row. Every year he was in the league, he made the All-Star team. I don't think I've seen another guy with a short career like that be so successful so fast and so long, for the whole entire duration of his career. He got riddled with injuries, but Yao Ming was special. So was Pat, man. Pat was special. So if you're asking me who's greater, it's definitely Patrick Ewing. Only because he played longer. Not only that, but he accomplished more than Yao Ming did. Pat's been to the NBA Finals. Pat's dominated his era from the center position. Not to say that Yao didn't, but he didn't dominate it like the way Pat dominated in his era. Yao Ming versus, Pat in their respective eras. So if I had to choose who's greater or who's higher on my all-time list, I'm definitely taking Patrick Ewing over Yao Ming. But Yao was so skilled, man. If nobody tells you about that, listen to me. Yao Ming is one of the most skilled players I've ever seen on a low block. Like Hakeem-esque. I'm talking about drop step, up, down, left, right, over either shoulder, fade away. He had a mid-range game that was out of this world. He could finish with either hand at a high rate. Unguardable, man. And he could shoot the long ball. If he was playing in today's game healthy, Yao Ming would be trouble at 7'6" tall. You can't do a damn thing about it. How many PGs can play center? Magic Johnson. I think that's a bit irrelevant. Magic plays center, yeah, but I don't see the relevancy in that. It's a positionless league now. We can make a case for Ben Simmons to be able to play center because the league is positionless. What position does Ben play? Is he a point guard? Is he a power forward? Is he a center? The league is positionless. Curry is the only one that they're trying to put in the box. But Google, what's the objective of a shooting guard is? The objective of a shooting guard is a guy that can complement the point guard, play off ball. Look at Klay. Klay's a shooting guard. He complements Steph Curry. You never see Klay run the offense. You see Steph run the offense. Just because Draymond Green grabs a rebound and blitzes the court doesn't mean that he's the point guard. And you see Steph walk it up and he'll hand it to Draymond. Why? Because the play is for Steph. Look. KJ says something about Jordan early in his career. KJ said 95% of the plays in the 90s was for Michael Jordan. The other 5% end up in his hand anyway. That's how it is with Golden State. Most of these plays are drawn up for Steph. So, of course, back to the weapon of mass destruction again. He's a one-of-one with a weapon that nobody has ever possessed. That's why that's like what day they say. That's why you looking at me like that. You don't know Baby D. Steph is Baby D. You don't know Baby D. You don't know Baby D. That's why you looking at me like that. That's why you want to make him a shooting guard. Because he's coming off these pin downs and he's lighting your ass up for 30 and 6 assists. And the 6 assists is not enough for y'all to make him a point guard. He's a score first point guard who specializes in off-ball playmaking. Just him standing on the court is generating offense for other guys on his team. And we can't say that about a lot of guys in this league because they not as great as Steph Curry is off the ball. Not only off the ball, but he's great on the ball as well. Steph Curry's a great backdoor cutter. He possesses the skill set to just stand there with his hands behind his back, and there's going to be 6 eyes on him at all time. Again, we're not used to that. Mark Jackson deserves a ring. Honorable. The Heat was tearing his ass up. Talking about Trae Young, yeah. They was all on him. But if he has somebody to take some pressure off him, there's no doubt in my mind that Trae could be okay. Like I told you, it's not a coincidence Atlanta is looking into DeJounte Murray, who would fit that Draymond Green mold. It's just what it is. A.J. Williams is literally Klay Thompson 2.0. We'll see. As soon as Curry has the balls in his hands, so many plays are already being made. Exactly. They coming off pin downs. Guys are setting screens. Like, just because the offense is ran through Curry, and that's not a prototypical way to play the point guard position. Usually you setting up others, but Curry is a different breed, man. You can't put him in a box with others that came before him. He's a one of one. Pretty soon we're going to be comparing the way he plays the game to other people, saying, hey, he plays like Steph. He remind me of Steph. We already seeing it with Trey. There's plenty more where that came from. Steph Curry has 4 championships winning the way he plays. Please don't tell me this man is not a point guard. I'm sick of hearing that. We're coming up on the end of an era. Steph/LeBron retires, and the next 5 to 8 years never will be seen again. Yeah, no doubt. TC Smooth, appreciate the resubscription, man. The tier 1, I appreciate it. 6 months gifted sub. I appreciate you, man, and everybody that supports this channel, man. I appreciate every single one of y'all. I love doing this, man. I love coming on here and just running off at the mouth about different subjects and different shit, man. If y'all got anything y'all want me to talk about, I'm more than happy. I am more than happy. Jason Williams is a facilitator first, PG, and Steph averages more assists than him. Facts are facts. Saints fan, well said. So once you say some shit like that, though, then they want to move the goalposts. Now it's not about assists per game. Now it's about the look or the way you played the game, right? Do you dominate the ball? Are you are you just pounding the ball at the top of the key waiting on somebody to get open? Nah. Steph Curry is a different breed. He don't breathe the same way these other point guards breathe. Pretty soon you're going to see emulation of the way Steph Curry plays this position. And y'all going to remember me talking about it. And y'all going to say, damn it, OG, you was right. That's also because y'all played 5 with the weakest position of all time. Yeah, it was simply satisfying the one of one part. Yeah. What's your favorite thing about Curry's game? Curry's my favorite player in the league for those that don't know. I just love the way he plays the game because he's unique. You know what I mean? I like guys that start trends. I don't like guys that follow trends. I like guys that create a wave. I don't like guys that ride the wave, if that makes sense. Right? And Steph Curry created a wave. He's the first player in NBA history I could say that about 5 or 6 times about things Curry's accomplished. He's the first player in NBA history to shoot more threes than twos. In 1979, 1980, when the three-point line was implemented into the NBA, people looked at that shit as a trick shot. Ain't no way I'm shooting that. What? 23 feet? No, hell no. I'm not shooting that shit. Now it's a weapon. Now people game plan and scheme around the three-point line. When people build their teams, it's around the three-point line now. 85% of that has to go to Stephen Curry. 85% of the credit for that and the way the game is being played today has to go to Steph. No doubt about it. So my favorite thing about Stephen Curry is his uniqueness. The first unanimous MVP. I mean, he's accomplished so much in his career. He's the first. He's the head honcho on a team that has the most wins in league history. Like, it's a lot of firsts when it comes to Stephen Curry. He's first all time on the three-pointers made list. Like, it's a lot of firsts when it comes to Steph Curry. His uniqueness and the way he chooses to play the game is something we've never seen. That's why people are confused at what they're looking at. That's my favorite thing about Steph Curry, his uniqueness. Jokic is unique too. What you think about him? The same thing. Extremely unique. I mentioned Joker earlier. Soliloquy. Joker is a one of one. We've never seen this before. We've never seen a guy with this level of passing. First of all, the head coach allowing this to happen speaks volume on what type of player Joker is, because I've never seen a center in league history have such a green light to do what the hell he wanted to do. Joker is bringing the ball up the court. He's facilitating, running the offense. He's rebounding at the highest clip. He's scoring at a high clip, and he's efficient as hell. I've never seen a player like Nikola Jokic in my life. Will we see more of those? Will they follow as the years progress? 10, 15, 20 years down the road, will we start to see more? If Joker can become a winner and prove that I can win playing this way and be successful, there's no doubt in my mind that people are breeding centers right now to be able to accompany the skill set that Joker has. No doubt about it. No doubt. Joker's one of one, man. I still think Embiid is better because I like dominance over glitz and glamour, but Joker's definitely a one of one. Heard about the Rockets implementing a 4-point line in practice. That's stupid. A 4-point line would be stupid because then you breaking the rule book, right? Like, I don't like a 4-point line to me. That'd be dumb. Is Steph Curry on Mount Rushmore? Yes. Yes. To me, this is what Mount Rushmore means to me, right? Everybody has their own definition, even Google. But to me, in my opinion, Mount Rushmore is basically me saying, I can't tell the story of the NBA without this person. So Mount Rushmore attributes more to your greatness than to your skill set, right? Even though your skill set is a product of what you produce, which causes greatness. But I think it's more so to the greater side than it is to the better side, if that makes any sense. For instance, Bill Russell is not in my top 10 all time, but Bill Russell is definitely one of the faces on my Mount Rushmore, simply because he's the most winningest player of all time. Mike and Kobe are on my Mount Rushmore. I cannot tell the story of the NBA without those two guys. Now, if I can only have 4 faces on Mount Rushmore, then we having a different conversation. I'm gonna have to choose between Kobe or Mike. But if I can have 5 faces on Mount Rushmore, those 5 faces would be Bill Russell, LeBron James, Kobe, Mike, and Steph. Kobe's Mamba mentality is something that goes unnoticed, and that's something that's going to transition again for years to come. We saw it with Jason Tatum this year, even though he disappointed him, so to speak. The Mamba mentality is more than just a quote, right? It's more than just a statement that Kobe made. The Mamba mentality is the difference between Jason Tatum winning a ring this year or not. And I believe if he truly had that Mamba mentality, we'd be having a different conversation, but he's too nice. He ain't got that dog in him, that snarl in him. He ain't got that pit bull in him. When Kobe stepped on that court, he was trying to kill you. He's not sparing you. He's not laughing with you. He's not cracking jokes with you. He's not here to play no games with you. He's here to eat your lunch. Point blank, period. That's how Kobe got down. And if more players develop that type of mentality, it'll change the game tremendously. So the Mamba mentality is something that is going to be a pattern. It's something that we're going to speak on, especially now due to the passing of Kobe Bryant. The torch will be passed. Michael Jordan, we already know. We can't tell the story of the league without the greatest player on the planet. LeBron James, the longest prime of all time. His peak was incredible. He's going to retire with every record in the record books when it comes to statistics. You can't tell the story of the NBA without LeBron. Stephen Curry completely changed the way the game was played for a decade. You can't tell the story of the league without Stephen Curry. Because what if your grandson asks you, who was LeBron's rival? Who you going to say? Steph. Steph. You can't tell the story of the NBA without LeBron James, Stephen Curry, Bill Russell, and Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant. Those are my 5 guys if I could put 5 faces on my Mount Rushmore. If I can't put 5 faces, it's going to be tough, but I'm going to have to take Kobe off, and it'll be Mike, Bill Russell, LeBron, and Steph. I would have to. The closest would be Hakeem. I'm not mad at that. Boris Diaw was first. Boris Diaw was a do-it-all type of guy. Positionless guy before that was even a thing. He was a guy that can play defense, hard-nosed guy. He can rebound, facilitate. He didn't do it at a high clip, though, like Joker. Boris Diaw was like a 8-point, 6 rebounds, 6 assists, 4 steals, 2 blocks type of guy. You know what I mean? Is Joker's top 25 all time? No, he hasn't accomplished enough to be top 25. Top 50 is more considerable, but, 2-time MVP, and the buck stops there. Now, if he were to get a ring or something, maybe we could put him in the top 25, but as of right now, nah. No George Mikan on your Mount Rushmore? Hell nah. George Mikan can go hiking. Honestly, many of these players say they have Mamba mentality but forget Kobe lived in the gym. That's a great point. Kobe exemplified what it means to be a workaholic. Like, these players think they working. Kobe wasn't playing no damn Fortnite. Kobe wasn't playing no 007. Kobe wasn't on no damn video games. Kobe was at the gym 4 a.m. to 4 a.m. He lived there. He needed to change his address to Staples Center. Like, facts. Like, people think they got that Kobe mentality until you witness how hard of a worker this man was. Truly. You definitely can't because the Warriors have the best record ever. Exactly. What if your grandson asks you, Daddy, who's responsible for the best record in league history? You can't tell the story of the league without Stephen Curry. All roads will lead back to Stephen Curry. His 10-year run is incredible. Like, not long enough either. Draw, that is. What do you mean by draw? I'm not familiar with what you're talking about with that. But Stephen Curry is just he's a one of one. He's a man amongst boys, and I think the league needs to stop trying to put him in a box because there's nothing like him ever. Stop trying to put Stephen Curry in a box. Let him be him. And let him continue to change the game. Because if you want to talk about this and that and try to put my mans in a box, there's really no difference between him and Dame Lillard from the point guard position, like I mentioned earlier. I still haven't gotten an answer from anybody in this chat about it. The people that believe Steph Curry is a two-guard, what makes him a two-guard but Dame Lillard not a two-guard? I can't fathom that. Why? Because he averaged 30? Like, I can't fathom that. Like, if we putting Damian Lillard in a point guard box and nobody's questioning that, I really can't see. You know, I can't fathom why anybody would even consider Steph Curry to be a shooting guard. It just don't make no sense. What is something you would add to the All-Star weekend? I would bring back 1v1. I was watching a TikTok a few days ago of Kareem Abdul-Jabbar playing 1v1 with Dr. J. I would force some of these superstars to play a 1v1 against each other because a lot of these guys like to run their mouth, but don't nobody want to be put on that platform. Don't nobody want to be put on that stage and say, hey, look, now show me some. Now imagine if we could get Steph versus Kyrie 1v1. Imagine if we could get LeBron versus whoever, Durant 1v1. You know what I mean? Like, if the players can play a one-on-one in the All-Star game, I'd take the dunk contest out for that. That's something millions of people would tune in to see. If you told me Steph and Kyrie was playing a 1v1, we had 5 1v1 matchups, Durant versus LeBron, Steph versus Kyrie. You had Paul George versus Kawhi, teammates. Like, you had, like, it'd be incredible to watch. Joker versus Embiid. Like, I would stop whatever the hell I'm doing to tune into that. No doubt about it. Like, yeah, I saw that on TikTok. Yeah, Tubby, bro, when I seen that, I said they need to bring this shit back. Literally, 1v1 is the only answer. There's nothing else that you could add to the All-Star game to make it better than what it already is. Levine versus Debo. I would love to see that. I would love to see that. Because I know they do it in practice, but we ain't going to, you know, for instance, Kyrie was on that podcast, Brandon Marshall podcast, More Than an Athlete or something like that. And they was up there talking about his days in Cleveland. Kyrie actually admitted to playing a 1v1 versus LeBron, but he didn't want to disclose who the winner was. I mean, should I take that as Kyrie took a L? But he did bring it up. So, I mean, it's like, damn. But if we can have this shit on national television for the world to see, you take that L? That's bragging rights. Damn the money. That's bragging rights. I beat you in a one-on-one. Shut up. Like, but you could make an argument that the players won't take it serious. I'm not trying to hear that because nobody wants to take a L. At the end of the day, nobody wants to lose. So if we playing a 1v1 to 10 and the score is 8-all, you're going to see some defense being played, kind of like the All-Star game. You know, they tighten up in that last period. Nobody wants to take a L. You know, everybody got egos. Everybody has morale. Nobody wants to take a legit L. He said the same thing about him and Kobe. Yeah. Yo, sorry I'm late. It's all good, man. Elite Gaming, man. It's all good, bro. You caught us on the back end because I'm getting a little sleepy myself. I'm about to get on up out of here. But yeah, man, y'all know these conversations, man. I love having them, man. Whenever I'm on, tune in, clock in, man, and ask me anything you want to ask. I'm going to answer everybody's question. It don't matter what it is. If I can get to it, if I see it, I'm definitely answering it. But I had a great time having this conversation. Just remember, man, if anybody tried to tell you Stephen Curry's a two-guard, you send them my way. Send everybody my way because I want all the smoke, all of it. I'm not afraid of debate. I'm not afraid of anybody educating me on a certain topic. If you got a legitimate case for why you think Curry is a two, I'll listen in. I'll be more than happy to listen in. I'm open-minded. I embrace debate, unlike a lot of cats out here that really want to talk that smoke behind their screens, but they really don't want the debate. Like, they won't sit right here next to me and talk that shit right here because they know I'm going to debunk it. We talking about Steph 1-on-1. I'm 1-on-1. Diesel. Shout out to Diesel, man. Appreciate you joining the stream, man. I'm going to have some guests on real soon. We're going to be talking some football. We're going to continue to always talk basketball. But the season is up and coming, so we got to get some football up in there. And if any of you guys want to hop on here and debate a topic with me and you feel like you got some time, whatever the case may be, we could definitely do that too. You know, I have a day where I just bring the fans on here and we go back and forth about whatever. You know what I mean? Ask me anything you want to ask or debate with me, you know, in any type of way. I'm down with that. But shout out to them guys over there on YouTube, man. Just make sure you drop a like, sub to the channel. If you a frequent here on Twitch, you ain't got to sub to the channel on YouTube, but I appreciate it if you do, you know, because you watching the stream anyway. And if you can't catch this stream, you know where it's at. It's going straight to YouTube. So I'm going to get on up out of here, man, and I'm going to relax for the rest of my day. I appreciate every single one of y'all joining my stream. I love y'all. OG out. What's up, y'all? OG the Beast here, and I appreciate you tapping into the Sports Behavior Podcast. If you made it this far, I greatly appreciate you. But if you want to stay connected with me, go ahead and drop me a follow on each and every one of these socials. That's how you stay locked in, man. I appreciate y'all stopping in. We talk football. We talk basketball here. And once again, you are greatly appreciated for stopping by. OG out.